everyone, it's Kyle from Magpie 24/7. I hope you're all good. So, preview time. Newcastle take on Leeds at Ellen Road this weekend, and looking at the last couple of weeks and stuff, and obviously with Newcastle in a bit of a mess in terms of the league position, it's a big game, but I just get the feeling that as fans, we're saying this every week, like it's a big game, we need 3 points, and we don't get the 3 points or we don't win the game. And then we're kind of running out of games to try and turn this around now. I know it's only 3 points, but you've got to call a spade, man. We've won one game in fucking 20 this season. That is relegation form. When you fail to beat who we failed to beat at home this season, failed to beat Leeds, the upcoming opposition. We failed to beat Brentford. We failed to beat Norwich. We failed to beat Southampton. We failed to beat Watford, all at home. You know what I mean? It's like it's dire straits, but can we go into this one and cause an upset? Because I think the way to stay up, I think we're going to need about 30 to 35 points. I don't think 40 will be the magic number this time, because I think the bottom five teams in particular are absolutely dreadful. Shamefully, we're one of them, but I suppose this week there has been a lot of frustration in terms of like the transfer window. There's been a lot of frustration over Diego Carlos, a lot of mumblings about Jesse Lingard, Zapata from Atalanta in Italy. There's quite a few things going on, but nothing really coming up as anything where we're gonna get the player. And it's been a frustrating week for fans, but it could always be worse. Do you know what I mean? It could always be worse. Like a couple of months ago, Steve Bruce was manager and Mike Ashley ran the club, and we had no hope of having any sort of a good season. We're still fighting the repercussions of the neglect of the football club over 14 years, because we've still got a really slim squad and a really slim chance of staying up. But there's reason to be optimistic. There's reason to look forward. There's reason to believe that Newcastle United are going to become great again, and that's what we've got. That it could be so much worse. Like, I know we're in the shit at the minute, right? But the way you've got to look at it is we've got rid of Mike Ashley. We've got rid of Lee Charnley. We've got rid of Steve Bruce. We've got rid of Steve Agnew and all the fucking muppets that came with Steve Bruce. And like, we've got a new setup, and we've got new everything in, which is fantastic. And it's like Rome wasn't built in a day. I know there's some frustrating performances. You could look to Cambridge, you could look to Watford, you could look to any game at home on Eddie Howe where we haven't won, and you could look at it as a bit of a frustrating one. Where why haven't we won this game? Why haven't we been able to put the game to bed? Yada yada yada. But it is a it is a slow process, but I think we will get there in the end. I think we're gonna struggle to bring in players, but it's not that, like, for 14 year, man. Like, every transfer window, we need this, we need that. I mean, last transfer window just gone, we had an owner that didn't want to spend 2 million on Xavier for a loan move, or pay the couple of million needed to get Hamza Chowdhury on loan. And now we've got owners that are bringing in Kieran Trippier, who's a excellent England international experienced player, right back, probably the best right back we've had in some time on paper, and already shown qualities to be a captain. Fans calling him to be captain already, and a solid signing in Chris Wood, who I thought played okay against Watford. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of reception he gets at Ellen Road tomorrow, given he's a former Leeds player. But the club is trying to better itself for the first time in 14 years. It's trying to do more in the transfer market. It's trying to do more. It's trying to be better. Like, if we owned Mike Ashley, we'd be fucked. Like, do you know what I mean? But we're not. We've got a brilliant opportunity to drive forward and be more. It's just getting this season out the way, and then in the summer, hopefully, we can get some new players in, and we can get rid of a lot of the dead wood. But it's just believing in the process, and obviously going into the game against Leeds, it is a big game, and we need 3 points, especially against Leeds. It's a huge game, and if we lose, it puts us further into the mire. But I'm just trying to look. I'm trying to like look at it as a bigger picture, and not kind of worry about the situation, because the way we've been playing this season's been really bad. But I know there's better to come in the future. Like, as I say, Rome wasn't built in a day, but to go on to tomorrow, it seems that we'll have no fresh injury concerns, which is a good thing. Barring Callum Wilson, of course, so I expect Chris Wood again to lead the line against Leeds. But Leeds are a strange side this season, because when they turn up, they can beat West Ham away from home. Jack Harrison in fire and form. I think if Newcastle do stay up, like, he's someone that Newcastle should go for. Jack Harrison, really good player. I know they've been talking about Todd Cantwell, but if I was going to go for a winger, young English winger, I'd go for Jack Harrison. To be honest, he's a brilliant player, brilliant little player, full of pace, full of beans. And I'm not. It's not a recent bias. He played us twice last year, and he tore Newcastle twice. He scored one for 30 yards at Ellen Road last season when we got beat 5-2. So like, there is a chance to go and pick up 3 points tomorrow, but it's going to be a tough game. Ellen Road's going to be up for it. It is going to be a hard game. Um, but we can pick up a result, and fingers crossed we can turn our season around tomorrow. In terms of a starting lineup, I would keep Jamal Lascelles as far away from that team as fucking possible. Because they might play like someone over 4 foot up front, so that means he's gonna get beaten in the air. So I'd keep Lascelles out the team. I'd stick with the Bravga in goal. Trippier, Share. I'd play Paul Dummett at centre back, because I don't think enough people are talking about how good he was against Watford. It was nice to see a steady performance from a fullback this season for Newcastle. Well, a left back, because Trippier came in, but like, he was steady. He didn't get beat much, and like, he knew he was reading the game well. Like, I know Paul Dummett gets a lot of shit from fans, especially in the Championship season he did, but like, yeah, Paul Dummett's a steady Eddie, good solid performer, and kind of do wrong Paul Dummett. And I play him at centre back, and go Jamal Lewis at left back, because I think he was playing really well before he got injured. So I get him straight back in. I go for midfield of Shelvey, Willock, and who else would I go for the midfield? Christ, I forgot. I go with Willock, Shelvey, and Joelinton in the midfield as a three, because I don't think Sean would be decent against Leeds. If you remember, he had a fucking shocker at Ellen Road last time we were there. And I would personally go with Joelinton and Willock in the midfield, because they're your runners, and Leeds move a lot in the midfield, so that's what you need to go for, players like that. And then up top, I would have a combination of Chris Wood leading the line with Fraser and Maximin. I know Maximin's starting to cause a bit of stir amongst the fan base, because some think he doesn't apply enough. He doesn't do enough going forward. But I think against a team like Leeds, where he's going to get a bit of the ball, and he's going to be against one man a lot of the time, I think he'd be good in that type of role. In that game, in the match, and I'd have Miggy on the bench again. I know energy wise, Miggy's probably a better fit to play Leeds, but personally, I would stick with Maximin, and that would be my team. Let us know what your team would be in the comments, and get your comments in. What do you think the prediction's going to be? I don't think we'll win tomorrow, if I'm honest. I think we'll get a point, and I think a point will be a good result again, but not enough, kind of thing. And it's going to be like, but I'm kind of expecting a draw tomorrow. I'll go for 1-1, and I think Chris Wood will get his first goal tomorrow as well. Bullet header. But get your comments in, get your predictions in. Let us know what you think of the current state of the club is, and who would you like us to sign in the coming weeks as the transfer window rolls along. But I love yous and leaves for now. I'm going to do the review as well for the Leeds game. Hopefully I'm wrong, and we'll get 3 points instead of 1. But I love yous and leaves for now, and see you on the next Magpie 24/7 video. See you later, everyone. Ta-da. Bye.